Middleton.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I begin by joining with others to thank my colleagues for bringing this very important motion forward. There is no doubt that this is a serious issue within our communities, and indeed psychoactive substances are having detrimental effects right across Northern Ireland. The misuse of these substances has become a worryingly popular trend that many young people and community members believe to be morally and legally acceptable because there is no penalty for obtaining these substances. So this is a reason why we need to address this as a matter of urgency. We must stand together to let our communities and our precious youth know that these substances are neither morally or legally acceptable. We must act out of care to protect our communities from the use of these substances. The misconception that such substances are known as legal highs must be tackled, as many of these psychoactive substances contain illegal elements. Dangerous use of drugs continues to be an ever-growing problem within our society. Many of our young people are becoming addicted to substances and drugs at very young ages. It has to be said that the effects of the drugs on all members of our society, and increasingly among the youth of our communities, is having devastating effects. Once individuals are addicted, they often need to feed their addiction by trying new substances with even greater life-threatening risks. It has been noted that as a result of substance and drug abuse, sadly communities begin to see an increase in antisocial behaviour and burglaries in order for those with their addictions to fund their actions. Psychoactive substances are negatively affecting our communities. Many parents, as already been mentioned by previous speakers, have been left devastated because of the unpredictable reactions of their son or daughter as a result of the drugs that they have taken. It is a problem which many families within my own constituency have faced, and indeed throughout Northern Ireland are facing on a daily basis. This is a serious and real concern, as many instances the ingredients contained in these substances are unknown and unregulated. As the proposer has stated, they are being packaged in ways to bypass the system and current legislation which is in place. Sadly, the substances are readily available both in head shops within our towns and cities, as well as the online market. With such easy access to these perilous so-called legal highs, there needs to be a strategic approach to getting them off our streets and out of the marketplace. I commend the work of some councils, and indeed the PSNI, as the fellow member for Foyle has mentioned within our own constituency, in tackling these head shops, and I hope that similar methods can be implemented throughout all of our council areas. As my colleagues have said, the Home Office must do all it can to introduce new legislation across the United Kingdom to ban these substances. Whilst it is important that we make these substances illegal, I believe the problem must also be tackled at its source. In reality, the majority of these so-called legal highs are being bought online from suppliers outside of the UK and indeed outside of Europe. As I have already mentioned, the ingredients are often unknown, and what's written on the packaging is actually very different from what's actually in the substance itself. With such global access to these products, it is deeply concerning that there are so many people accessing them and having unlimited access to them online. Just last week we discussed in this chamber the very sensitive topic of suicide prevention. As a result of these legal highs, individuals' characters are changing and their mental health is deteriorating, sometimes resulting in them taking their own lives. As with tackling suicide and promoting mental health, there needs to be cross-partnership working at all levels to ensure that the necessary help is available to prevent this, but also to support those who have addictions. So I hope that the new government in Westminster, and indeed our Health Minister, will lobby and do all that he can to finally take action which will help save lives and ensure a safer environment for all of our citizens. So I wholeheartedly support this motion and the amendment as well. Thank you.